Ever since I was 5 years old, I've always had an obsession with roller coasters. Throughout the 20 years I've been loving roller coasters, I have been on 119 of them, ranging from 10 different states to even a country. And it was on a trip to Pennsylvania where I rode 23 new roller coasters, and I rode my 100th roller coaster in Phantom's Revenge at Kennywood. This got me wondering about why I would take the risk of going to 3 new theme parks just for the sake of riding new roller coasters. And I'm not the only one who does something like this. There are many people around the world who do the same thing that I like to do. There are many reasons for why people like to go on roller coasters. Maybe it's the feeling you get from the thrill of going on the coaster, or maybe it's the fear factor that gets us pumped up when we go on it. Whatever way you look at it, roller coasters are meant to be a fun, amazing experience that can last from a few seconds to a couple of minutes. But as a roller coaster fanatic, I have been thinking about what makes people like roller coasters so much, and how they can leave an amazing impact on people. So in this video, I'm going to explore why people love roller coasters so much, and go comment down below what you like about roller coasters so much as well. Okay, let's do this. Roller coasters have a nearly 3-century-long history to their name, and have gone through several ups and downs. To the old-time era of the 1920s, to the coaster wars of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, roller coasters have been through a story full of twists and turns. In today's world, the coaster market has shifted from building the biggest, fastest roller coaster into more innovative and kind of groundbreaking strategies to build roller coasters. Rides like the RMC coasters are the perfect example of this, taking old wooden coasters and essentially turning them into timeless classic roller coasters. Heck, the main reason why I wanted to go on this trip was to ride Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey Park, and I was not disappointed in the ride experience in the slightest. In fact, by this point, I think it's one of my favorite roller coasters of all time. And the reason why I think Wildcat's Revenge definitely deserves to be on the best coasters of all time list is because it has a smooth ride experience, it has great pacing and elements, it has great restraints, and it has a whole other list of elements that make this ride incredible. For me, a roller coaster is about feeling. You want to go on it so you can experience high action adrenaline. A rush of dopamine just goes through my system when I go on one, and I just feel so good. And many thrill seekers are also seeking this rush that goes into their head. They want the thrill, they want a feeling of tension and suspense, a feeling of insanity going through their system. An amazing coaster with the elements I just said can lead to an amazing experience, but an awful coaster that shakes your head around does not lead to a good experience. My least favorite coaster that I went on this trip was Sky Rush, and the reason was not just because of the awful restraints, but it's because the coaster was bizarrely rough. I mean, it's a prototype wing-seated coaster, but I feel like this coaster does have the potential to be good. They literally got new restraints in 2024, and I still felt like the restraints were terrible. I mean, they might as well get new trains altogether, because the wing-seated trains clearly did not work out at all. And it's not just about the roller coasters. Whenever I go to a theme park, it offers a brand new experience each time. Kennywood, for example, is a park in Pittsburgh, so it's always going to be black and yellow. And as a Bengals fan, you could say that the black and yellow angered me in some way, but Kennywood will always be in my memory for being the park where I rode my 100th roller coaster, like I already said. Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I mean, the name speaks for itself. Honestly, when I entered the park, it reminded me of Cedar Point or any of those really cool, really interesting parks that aren't Disney World or Universal Studios, but they're just really cool parks that have really awesome roller coasters and has really nice theming. And of course, the theme of Hershey Park is Hershey's chocolate. And not only that, I remember on the first day I entered Hershey Park, right as I was about to get on Wildcat's Revenge, it started raining. So I had to wait until the second day to go on it. But I ended up going to this place where there is a full interactive ride that talks about the history of Hershey's chocolate in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and it's really cool and fun. And then you have Knoebels, which is the largest free-to-enter park in the world, and you basically have to either get tickets or purchase a wristband that allows you to go on all the rides. And the atmosphere of that park is very lighthearted, but also very energetic at the same time. It has a roller coaster which has been voted best wooden coaster in the world for several years now, and it has the world's only wooden bobsled coaster in Flying Turns, and it has two other pretty cool roller coasters in Impulse and Twister, which both kind of stand out in the crowd when it comes to Knoebels and the park and the environment that it's in, but they are still really awesome coasters that pack a huge punch when you ride them. In conclusion, roller coasters are meant to make you feel something. Whether it's a thrilling experience or a scary experience, you feel something. And roller coasters offer this ability to make any human being around the world live on the edge.